A video version of the cultural map HAWKANAN nga REBULTO SANTISIMA TRINIDAD, significant tangible movable heritage element located in Barangay Manga, City of Tagbilaran, Bohol Province, Region 7. The religion where the object is associated is Roman Catholic. The year it was made was in 1918. The estimated age 100 years. And the name of the owner is Diocese of Tagbilaran. And it was acquired or donated by the late Jose Humamil. The whole element mapped here is a depiction of the Most Holy Trinity in Spanish. That is, one God in three persons, namely the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. The first two persons are depicted in human form, while the Holy Spirit is depicted as a white dove with 19 golden rays emanating from it. The sculpture made of wood. The seated first two persons in the Trinity are both 75 centimeters from the feet vertically to the top of the head. In between them at their feet is a dark blue globe 40 centimeters in diameter, which doubles as the HAWKANAN, or where the Catholic devotees may kiss the sculpture. Viewed from the back, there is no separation between the figures and the other components, that is, the throne and the globe of the sculpture. This suggests that the sculpture was carved from one huge log of the early 20th century. The white dove is made of plaster or hydrated calcium sulfate. The father person has long dark brown hair and prominently long beard. The left hand is holding a 25 centimeters long golden scepter, while the right hand is resting on the right lap. Son also has long dark brown hair and beard, although both shorter than that of the fathers, insinuating or suggesting to the fact that Jesus of Nazareth spent only 33 years here on earth, while both persons' facial hair, mustache, and beard were sculpted from the wood. The hair strands are made of the fiber strands of the leaves of the pineapple Ananas commosus plant. Hair strands are the fiber of the leaves of the pineapple Ananas commosus plant. In this work, the Son person is shown as a clothed, risen Christ. The left hand is slightly touching the left shoulder, while the right hand is raised at shoulder level. Anatomically speaking, this Son person is not carrying the cross 80 centimeters long, but the cross is just placed upon the right shoulder. The vestment for the two persons is changed twice a year, just before the patron's feast day and at Advent season. The father person is always clothed in blue and white combination. In the picture, a white one-piece gown served as the inner garment underneath the blue cape. Unlike the father person, the son person has no inner garment, but only a red cloak draped around the body. The image was commissioned in Cebu and met by a group of traders and brought to Bohol in a banca, or roofed dugout cano with outriggers. Hundreds of Mangahanons lined up the shores of Antahon to meet and witness the arrival of the sculpture of the Most Holy Trinity. It was placed in a carro, parade float, followed by a band playing a solemn tune, and people young and old joined the procession to the church. There was a story that when the icon was fairly new, there once was a non-believer who was able to chisel away the lower back portion of the wooden sculpture before he was stopped. Not long after doing that, he contracted a skin disease on his lower back, similarly shaped to the damage that he had done to the sculpture that was untreatable at that time. Eventually, he died suffering from that incurable skin disease. The mappers saw that damage in the sculpture, roughly about 15 centimeters long and 10 centimeters wide, when it was still installed at the center of the red table of the demolished Old Catholic Church of Manga. For beliefs and practices, the occasions that a pious Catholic kiss or hawk the SANTISIMA TRINIDAD are the following: during the patron's feast day, on the believer's birth or other Thanksgiving events, and when he or she is about to leave Manga for a long or important journey, for example, as an overseas foreign worker or to take the professional board examination. 3 days of dance for the patron sayaw para sa patron accompanied by the bulumbong or drums are also practiced from the feast day unang sayaw and 2 days hence. The third day or katulong sayaw is for the viajadores, and it's the usual day for them to leave Manga. For spiritual significance, the Most Holy Trinity is the main patron of the district or Barangay Manga. The viajadores who were the OFWs or overseas foreign workers in the early 20th century entrusted all their viajes or trips with faith and confidence to the patron of Manga. It is strong urge in all Catholic Mangahanons, residents of Manga, then and now, to come home during the feast day of the Most Holy Trinity, which is the Sunday after Pentecost Sunday or the 8th Sunday after Easter, Octava. For social significance, an effect of this annual urge of Manghanon OFWs or of those who are now residents at places far from Manga to come home or spend their long vacation to encompass the Santissima Trinidad feast day is that families, relatives, and friends can see and bond with each other face to face, personally and not virtually. There's also an allusion from the icon itself that different personalities can work together for one common goal. Economic significance. Renovations of most of the houses and business establishments in Manga happen a few to several weeks before the main patron's feast day. For comparative significance, provenance, the icon of the wooden sculpture and the dove was donated by the late Jose Omamel, a prominent businessman in Manga in the early 20th century. For representativeness, this icon is one representation of the Most Holy Trinity. The icon that it replaced in the Catholic Church of Manga is a smaller 45 centimeter icon in which all three persons are in human form. Other depictions of the Most Holy Trinity portray the second person as Christ the King. In this icon, the second person is shown as a draped, risen Christ. For rarity, being carved from one huge log is now a thing of the past, hence seldom to happen nowadays. Interpretive potential. Contemplating on this icon will probe on the believer's faith in the mystery of the Most Holy Trinity, that is one God in three persons. This is monotheism in paradox. Conservation status. Visually, the icon is well preserved. Threats: high humidity, theft, earthquake, fire, and vandals. Conservation measures. Community level. The icon is at the back of the retable of the new Most Holy Trinity Church of Manga. The location is more or less cool all day long. However, sometimes the humidity may go up so high that it would be detrimental to the wooden sculpture. References. The key informants are Ana Pali Redulia, born in 1936, Jusina Redulia Digaong, born in 1955. Reference from Rosario Saco Dano in 2008, History of the Most Holy Trinity Parish in Centennium Edicada, 1898-2008. The Most Holy Trinity Parish